Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Monday, February 19, 2024, after 3:15 p.m. Eastern. We're having a time for change call this week, Wednesday, around 9 p.m. Eastern. As we reflect on our lives and what we've done so far this year, just remember one thing, that what we did, every action we took, has everything and nothing to do with who we are. On one hand, the attitude that we had each day towards ourselves in life greatly affected every single movement and intention that we acted upon every day. Everything we did and manifested in this world came from the state of mind we were currently abiding in. On another level, a deeper level, the pure spiritual essence, who we truly are, is unfazed and untainted by anything we did last year or could ever do in this material world. So our souls are always innocent, bright, beautiful, and perfect at the very core. Nothing we could ever do or was done to us ever changes the fact that we are a spiritual being intimately connected to God for eternity. This is the deepest spiritual truth of our being and should always be respected when exploring any deep consideration about who and what we are. Make an extensive list of all your dark parts and all your light parts. Get to know yourself in the deepest and most intimate ways. Find out everything you're still running from, avoiding, and afraid of, and everything that you love, treasure, and adore. Know that the darkest and lightest aspects of yourself are both needed so that you can make actual decisions in this life. Have discernment, create direction, and step up on stage to play out the most amazingly meaningful role in this life that you can imagine. Get in touch with your power of intention after you have a clearer understanding of all your darkness and lightness. You'll have a better understanding of what your heart truly desires to manifest. From here, we can create intentions for the year that are solid, reliable, and that we can relax into. Remember, vague intentions always manifest into vague results. It should be super specific exactly what you want to create, experience, manifest, and reveal in your life this year. A life without an intention is like a boat without a steering wheel or rudder. We can feel trapped, lost, and powerless as we are constantly being blown across the seas of life wherever the wind decides to blow. Living a life with authentic intention is by far the most empowering way to live. We are manifesting machines anyway, who are always creating something in our lives. We are attracting either that which we don't want all the time, we can never ever turn off the manifesting flow as long as we are living inside this human body. You might as well get clear about what you want and intend to manifest in your future, because it is 100% certain that something is going to happen this year. When we create crystal clear intentions about what you want, this universe has a much better chance of delivering the goodies to you, for you, knowing exactly in which direction your rudder is pointing. Be gentle with yourself no matter what happens. We create things, right? That life is going to throw us a curveball here and there, and that we're not going to see coming. And so we may feel completely unprepared and unable to deal with them, and might even come down hard on ourselves for not handling the situation in the most loving or conscious way. It's good to know that we cannot always be successful all the time in this life. Otherwise, we would never learn anything. If you started off being successful and you were always successful, what would you learn? You don't have any comparison. And most of the time, you talk with anybody who you believe is somewhere, okay, whether it's financially, whatever, happy life, and they'll tell you how many times they have lost, which motivated them even more. It's our failures and shortcomings that give us roots, that truly make us grow and evolve. This is why it's absolutely vital that we make the deep commitment to ourselves this year to be gentle, kind, soft, and easy on ourselves, no matter what this life throws at us. Because, see, what we're doing is we're creating unconsciously. So you say, well, life's going to throw things at you. These are subconscious and unconscious creations that we put into life. We can only do our best in life given the resources that we were given. So anchor in the habit this year to be kinder to yourself. Forgive others and yourself quicker. Let go of the things that throw you emotionally off balance a little faster. The mind will always be there, discerning what's good and bad, so you don't have to identify with any judgment or criticism personally. You can sit back, be the observer on the sidelines, just watch this amazing, dark and light, magical play of life unfold and act itself out on the stage. See, because what we're doing is we're stepping out of it. We're not running from it at all. Quite the opposite. We're stepping out of it. We're watching it. We don't get involved with it. We watch it. And that's the mind, the ego mind. And then we watch our thoughts, and we watch where the thoughts come from. And we notice that most of the thoughts come from where? The ego mind. Where does our guidance come from? The ego mind. So, you look at things and you say, okay, we started this year, right? What are we, about not quite a couple months into it? And you could create a very powerful, you could use it like an affirmation, such as, this year is going to be the best year of my entire life. I'm going to take care of my body, mind, and soul with more love, care, and conscious consideration than I ever have. I'm going to eat only those foods that bring my body into the highest vibration and consciousness possible. I'm going to exercise daily, build up even more energy, health, and vitality every day. I'm going to open my heart with everyone, becoming more honest, vulnerable, and loving each new day. I'm going to let go of every bad habit that doesn't support me in creating my highest health and consciousness, replacing it with a new habit that makes me feel more grounded, real, dependable, open, and available to love. I am 100% committed to myself, enjoying myself fully, manifesting the most amazing life that I can imagine. I choose this or something better to manifest into my future right now. And so it is. See, we have everything that we've ever needed. This life, the journey that we have that's endless and infinite. We have all that we will ever need, and then some. It's like you have all this, but you don't know what box it's kept in. You got all these boxes sitting in your subconscious mind. And you don't know, because the majority of people are not aware that they are not the body, that they are the God, the pure consciousness, the creator source within the body. They don't know. And every one of us, now, some of us will say, well, I'm not that lovable, right? And even though you may not think this about yourself, but you are lovable. We're all unique. And our unique way of being in the world, our energy, our presence, and just the normal, natural way we are, is lovable. We don't have to do anything special to be lovable. We were born lovable. It's a quality that we cannot escape from. It's our energy and our consciousness. Being worthy of love is just who we are. And when we accept the fact that we are lovable just the way we are, without having to change a thing, it makes it easier for others to love you. People can feel it when you love yourself. They can. And it feels like a warm, welcoming invitation from the heart. Imagine that everyone loves you exactly the way you are right now. Take the leap in consciousness. Try it out. You'll start feeling that it is true and begin manifesting more loving experiences all through your day. And this universe wants us to experience more and more and more love every day. Believe it or not, this is one of the great purposes of life. To let in as much love as you possibly can. There is not a lack of or shortage of love in this universe. The greatest love is already here and all around us now. See, if everybody were to open their heart just a sliver, just a bit, and allow warm, cozy energy to come in, we would find it easy to allow ourselves to receive love because we are a good person. We have a good heart. And we have good intention. Believe these things because deep, deep, deep down, you know they are true. And one of Osho's quotes, the highest phenomenon is when love is a state and not a relationship. Not that you are in love, but that you are love. The vibration of love is a powerful thing to focus on. It is the ever-expanding force of energy that is continuously saying yes to life. It loves dwelling on the positive aspects of life and having compassion for the negative. The vibration has a soft energy about it. And somehow, in the right situations, It has the most fierce, courageous strength as well. You'll know you are in it when everything feels right, light, and good, and these feelings are deeply grounded in your body. The vibration of love is that which allows us to deeply relax and naturally exist in a sweet, vulnerable place that is empowered, open to receive, and free. It is not controlling nor resisting life in any way. It is appreciating, accepting, and approving of what is. Real love is eager to embrace others and listen to what is really going on beneath the surface. It only knows gentleness and kindness, welcoming with an open, accepting heart the other's anxiety, sadness, and all their fears. Love is not afraid of anything. Like the sun, who's just meant to shine bright and give its warm light and life to the world. Now, when we say yes to the vibration of love, we're saying yes to the relaxing, healing energy of acceptance. We are choosing to accept ourselves exactly as we are, where we are in our lives, and allowing any negative, critical ideas that we have about ourselves are okay too. Love welcomes all, loves all, sees the good in all. It takes in those hard, desperate thoughts of unworthiness, fault, lack, and limitations, treats them like little sweet orphan animals who just need a warm home and a big cozy hug. When our negative thoughts know they are okay, that they are lovable too, they will relax and soften and let go. There is something so deeply beautiful when we say yes with our hearts to the vibration of love. Something magical happens inside the center of our being. It's as if the soul of our life catches on fire, starts blazing its way through this life with unstoppable pizzazz and joy. We feel totally alive, turned on by life, and excited about interacting with everyone. We just want to share this incredible experience with everybody because it's just too huge to contain. Any of us can choose to focus, practice focusing on the vibration of love. Practice feeling that yes in your body to the energy of love. Say yes in each moment you can to letting in more and more love. You can do it. It's super fun. Just look inside yourself and be honest and find out what love feels like for you. Trust your body. Know that it cannot lie. I dare you to open your heart right now to letting in more love than may feel normal or comfortable. Expand your old perceptions of yourself. Step into a new you. Welcome in this new being who is ready in every moment to welcome in life. Letting in more and more joy. Give life the biggest that you've got inside. The biggest yes. You're worth it. We all are. And when we can get centered in real devotion to this vibration, we will discover the most amazing, ridiculously beautiful, awesome life we could ever dream of. And it's The ego mind will say, oh, no, don't mess with that. That's a waste of time. Because the ego mind does not care to have you stay in the now. Some of the, we carry stuff and we collect it. Some of us more than others, but we all participate in some shape, some form or another. And we carry this stuff with us, year after year, even lifetime after lifetime. And it's funny because we hold on to it. I mean, really hold on to it. We don't, it's not like, I don't care to have that. It doesn't serve me a greater good, and I let it go. And I've been witness to see people who in their lives have embraced so many things that were emotionally disruptive, had bad parents, whatever, they had negative interactions with others through their lives, and they just harbored this stuff. And have you ever been around anybody? Now, that doesn't mean that they're, getting ready to punch you. I just mean that you can feel it, okay? You can feel that just by being around them, you don't care to be around them. You know what I mean? It's not like you know them, even if you do. But we sense that. We pick up and say, man, their energy is really not good at all. It's very nasty energy. So we just very respectfully don't care to be in that presence. And then we ask ourselves, how did I attract that at this moment in my life? How did I attract that person, that being? Then you'll come across people that have forgiven and have let go of stuff. Okay? Just let it go. It's just like drop it off. It's like you get in a hot air balloon. And some of you have never been in one. You get in a hot air balloon, and it's got these sandbags, okay, ballast, weight, that keeps it balanced and it doesn't go up too high, and doesn't stay too low, and you control its ability on how high you want to go up into the sky. Well, picture yourself, okay, that you're standing in, that you are the basket, right? And you've got all these bags of sand in the bottom of the basket. Lots of them, okay? And that basket, that hot air balloon will not lift off the ground, okay? Because you've got so much of this weight that you have collected at the bottom of the basket, being you. Now, in one way, you're not saying, well, I'm going to embrace these things. I'm going to interact with them and find out why I have so many, why I've kept so many. And little by little, some of us, not all of us, but some of us, will begin to take one bag at a time and drop it off. And then the basket will shake a little bit because it starts to move. Because the weight is being eliminated. Burden, the stresses, the anxiety, the fears that we've accumulated through this life keep us weighted down. We would love to go up into the sky and look above the treetops and how everything is the God that you are. But we get frustrated because, why? How come I'm not lifting off the ground? Well, you got to take these bags, toss them outside so that there is some lightness in the basket so it can rise up with the hot air. But a lot of people say, oh, no, I can't get rid of any of that stuff. No, you ever experienced that? No, I can't. No, I guess I'll just have to sit here on the ground then. I can't let go of any of that stuff. Well, if you don't let go of it, you're not going to go anywhere. You're just going to sit here, and it's just going to build and build and build through your life. Oh, I do okay with it. So, it's not a big deal. Oh, okay. You see the dilemma that we create for ourselves. And a lot of the times we store things in our subconscious mind that we aren't even aware of. Different events and situations, and that they're, boom, stored in that recorder. Best recorder you could ever come across, the subconscious mind. Records everything. And that's why you'll find yourself, something will kick it off. You'll be looking at something, and then all of a sudden these thoughts come in from the past, right, about somebody or something. And then you say, wait a minute, what was I doing here? Okay, so I was doing this, looking at this, and that made me remember and think about this person or that person from years ago. And it's pretty redundant because we recognize it, well, I've looked at this before and so on and so forth. I don't really care to put my time into that. And then we wander off into the future. And that's why a lot of us will just sit in the center. And then in the center we've got this circle that goes around us. And all the things in the circle. And we're content with it. We're content with it. We will just sit there and experience life how we choose to experience it within that circle. Sooner or later, whether it's this lifetime or the next, we will come to the full conclusion and finally discover who and what we are. Now, things that you will take in or you visualize, right? The brain registers it and you're watching something or you're listening to something or you're reading something, especially on the planet now. I mean, things are just way out there, aren't they? Everything's being exposed. You're seeing things for the first time going, wow, I didn't know those people were that way, this and that, and man, they sure fooled me. And you look at it and you hear, well, the civilization has moved into an extinction phase, and I've got so many years, and then you hear that almost 100 million babies are aborted on this planet every year. Close to 100 million babies are aborted on this planet every year. And then you see, you look at these things and say, oh, now I understand why we are in an extinction phase, because we don't have many babies anymore because we carry so much heavy weight and emotional baggage that we're afraid to, or we don't love ourselves. See how it all backlashes for us? And all of this accumulated stuff builds up within us. And it's our perspective. You know what I mean? It's our perspective. And it's how we view things, how they register. It's how we respond to things. And the biggest thing is to forgive ourselves. Everything, across the board. Not just a little bit here, a little bit there. All of it. Forgive all of it across the board. And I'm not talking about superficial through the ego mind. I'm talking deep within your heart mind. Forgive all of it. We look at forgiveness, right? It's derived from the word to give. It's a gift of freedom and healing. When we give it to another being, we actually are giving this to ourselves. Have you ever noticed when you give it to another person, you actually are giving this to yourself? Because the feeling, the act of forgiving another may not free the other person if they do not accept it. Yet it will definitely liberate your energy. Even if the other person holds on to the past grudge all the way to their grave, which I've seen so many times, we can still forgive them for not knowing how. Our job is simply to let the past go and trust that everything is always in perfect divine order. And this universe never makes mistakes anyway, ever. One might say, well, everybody makes mistakes. On this planet, we call it mistakes, but in reality, it's experience. That's all it is. Every act of harm unleashed is pure stimulation for our soul's awakening. The pain makes us wake up, doesn't it? Recalibration of our lives, an adjusting of our sails, so to speak, towards a bigger freedom. The judgments we tend to inflict upon ourselves force us to love ourselves even deeper. The wound inside us creates a womb where new life can be formed. We must then choose to give birth to something inside us that is more loving. Healing and creative. We must choose also to forgive ourselves for anything that is less than love. When we do forgive ourselves genuinely, wholeheartedly, we instantly feel a great lightness that opens our chest and spreads all throughout our bodies. It is a powerful path, a healing that is always available to choose every moment of our lives. Every day, we have the option to let go of our pride and let in the love. Or hold on tighter and be right about something unfair or wrong. Now, if we want to become a more sensitive, humble, and deeply loving human being, we must choose to learn the response of forgiveness and compassion. Softening our ego is perhaps the most empowering and enlightening action we can do, as it puts us directly in contact with our soul. And a lot of people say, well, how the heck do you do that? I've been in that, you've been in that habit for years and you carry it with you. Well, there are things you can do. You can recognize your attachment to your story. When you hold on to a grudge, you are actually holding on to the story about what happened along with heavy feelings attached to your story. And when we fully feel those heavy feelings that arise within us and think about our story, we then can move through them and underneath them. So there's that childlike curiosity. Be curious about what is there underneath your feelings. It will be something you never thought of before. Notice how you played your part in the drama and take responsibility for the role you stepped into. Now, when you understand what the payoff of benefit you received by playing this role, no matter how horrible it was, you can then let go of the pattern completely. See, what we do is we pressurize our feelings, right? Repress. When someone mistreats or hurts us, we may either express the pain or repress it, hold it back. If we're taught to repress our feelings, put on a brave face, go on with our life, we will have many heavy feelings inside us, rotting away at our core. All repressed feelings fester deep inside of us and cause us to continue to carry a burden about this life, relationships, people, and this world. And the first step in forgiving is letting go of these heavy feelings, like that basket, the hot air balloon, allowing them to turn into lighter feelings. There's all kinds of techniques that can help you release pent-up emotions from the past. And one simple way you can do this on your own is emotional release. You write, right? You just keep writing. You write and write and write and write. You write about the past event without censoring it. Write from your most emotional place. Keep writing until you have literally emptied everything out. And don't read it once you've finished. Wait a few days or weeks before you read it. Right? You can burn what you have journaled and proclaim out loud, I let this go. You can't do it from the ego mind. Okay? It won't work. It might work for a little bit and it'll come back. If your repressed emotions are very strong or feel overwhelming, right? Keep practicing until you get it. Some people seek trained professionals to help them, right? That's kind of iffy. I've seen too many people become even more complexed within by seeking that type of help. And continuously choose forgiveness. In every moment, we have the opportunity to choose forgiveness. Whether it's right now in the moment or whether it happened years ago, and once we release that holding on to the past, right, it only harms us when we hold on to it. We can consciously choose to let go instead of returning to resentment. That's nasty. You ever felt, you feel resentment, you feel resentful to somebody because of certain events and things that have happened? Not a great feeling at all. Heavy. Choosing forgiveness is a constant process for all of us. And what it means is that we will always choose to feel feelings of lightness, freedom, and healing from the past event. And once we have decided to forgive someone, including ourselves, visualize that being is in front of you and say it out loud to them. And I forgive you completely for what happened. I love you and thank you for the lesson. You taught me a lot. I appreciate it. Please forgive me for what I've done. Notice how it feels just reading this proclamation to your body, in your body. By stating this message out loud, you create an instant energetic shift in your body. The being can be on the phone, in the room, or simply there in your mind. Now, if you do this in your mind, the secret is that it must feel real to you. You will be amazed how this declaration starts opening up your entire world in ways you never dreamed were possible. You will soon see how it sparks the manifestation of more positive and desired experiences into your life. We pull that in, okay? We create it, and it doesn't mean that we're consciously aware that we're creating it. And that's where we say life throws little curves in there, and there. Now, these are unknown creations that we have created in an unconscious state. Because remember, we're always creating. As Nisargadatta Maharaj quoted, if you could only keep quiet, clear of memories and expectations, you would be able to discern the beautiful pattern of events. It is your restlessness that causes chaos. Join you in the meditation. I'll return to close us out. Take an easy and slow breath in from the nose. Easy and slow breath out from the mouth. Remain still. It's good to know that your life is always guided. There's a higher intelligent force behind your every thought, breath, and bodily action. You wouldn't be listening to this right now, this message, if it weren't. You may not always feel it, but somewhere deep inside you, divinity is behind every moment of your life. Even when you are full of doubt, you can experience how the divine support is always here, guiding your heart back home. To feel it right now, start with letting your body become even more relaxed and trusting of this very moment. Fully surrender everything inside you to trusting your body is safe within this sacred moment. When you totally surrender, all those thoughts of whoever and whatever you think you are can all suddenly disappear. Let everything go till there's no trace of you left. There's only one way to freedom. It's learning how to let go of all these thoughts about who you are. Allow in the most persistent, consistent trust in this life that you can imagine. It just feels so ridiculously good to let go of every little thing and trust in this great mystery of life. And yes, this life is so damn perfect, exactly the way it is right now. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night and the following morning. We will return here Tuesday, February 20, 2024, around 3:15 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call. Be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times. Be in the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal gratitude at all times, no matter what's happening within or outside of you.